path. Since this part of the book has been focused on self-leadership, I'm going to offer you a practice that can give you more of a sense of yourself and self-energy. So once again, get comfortable, take some deep breaths. And in your mind's eye, put yourself at the base of a path. It could be one that you've always been on, or it could be a path that's totally new to you. And then meet with your parts at the base of this path and ask if they're willing to wait there for you and let you go on a brief journey by yourself for a little while. And then notice how they react. It might help to arrange it so that the parts that are afraid could be comforted by those who aren't. And also to let them know that you won't be gone long, and this will be good for them and for you. But also that they don't have to let you do it if they're not ready. And if they won't let you go, it's not a big deal. Often it depends on the day. Some days they're okay, and some days they're not up for it. And if they're not up for it, then don't do it. Instead, you can spend the time just getting to know them and getting to know their fears about letting you try it. But if they are willing to let you go, then go ahead and head out on the path, reminding your parts that you'll be back soon. And then as you go at different points, I'll pause and I'll ask you to notice certain things. But for now, just head out on the path. So now I'm going to invite you to pause for a second and just notice what's happening as you continue on the path. And in particular, notice if you're thinking anything. Because if you're thinking, it means there's still some parts with you. And you can see if they also would be willing to separate and go back to the base with the others. And if they're not willing, what are they afraid of? As you continue, you can also scan your body and see if there's anything that doesn't feel quite like you, quite like yourself. And if you find anything like that, then it's likely it's a part, and you can ask it to return to the base too. So if the parts you find this way are willing to return to the base, then it's likely you'll gradually notice that you're becoming more and more pure awareness without a lot of thought. And again, if the parts aren't willing to leave, then that's fine. You can just spend the time getting to know them and their fears. And if at any point you find that you're watching yourself as you go on this journey, it means there's a part of you that's trying to do it for you. Because who is it that's watching? So you could ask the part that you see to go back to the base too. So then you're on the path yourself and you don't see yourself. You see your surroundings, maybe, but you don't see yourself. And if your parts are really trusting you to do this, then by now it's likely you're experiencing some of the qualities we've been talking about: clarity, the absence of thought, spaciousness, present centeredness, sense of well being, being connected, being in your body, confidence, and so on. And you might also be feeling that vibrating energy running through your body that we call self energy. And if you feel that energy, invite it to just go everywhere throughout your body. And if you notice that that self energy can't flow various places in your body, then it's likely that there is a part that's blocking it for some reason. And you can see if that part will go back to the base too. And if you're not feeling some of these things I've been mentioning, it means there are still parts with you that are blocking too. So you can scan your body and your mind to see if you can find them and see if they'll go back to the base. And then at some point, just pause and take in this experience of being separate from your parts. Notice what it's like to have this much self in your body, the different ways you can feel that, and how the energy manifests and reveals itself. In other words, it's important to remember these markers because that's how you can tell when you're embodied. So as you go through your day, you can check and see how much you're in your body and how much you're not, how much your parts are running things and how much you are. As I go through my day, I often check to see how open my heart is, whether I'm in my head thinking a lot, if there's a pressure on my shoulders or my forehead, which is where my managers hang out a lot. And if I catch any of these parts at work, I just, again, ask them to relax. And in a sense, I have them go back to the base and watch while I handle whatever I'm facing. I ask them to just trust me. And some of them will give me some kind of advice before they step back, but now, in general, they do step back. If you are feeling a lot of this self energy and a lot of embodiment, then you have another option. You can invite any messages from the universe. And maybe nothing will come, and that's fine, but sometimes people will get messages that are some kind of clear guidance at a point like this. And now I'm going to invite you to head back toward the base at whatever pace feels right. And when you get back to your parts, just see how they react to your return and thank them for whatever risk they took to let you do this. And ask what it's been like for them. And whether they'd be up for letting you try this again sometime. And remind them that you can help them and that it's your goal to earn their trust. And if any of them haven't trusted you for any reason, you're open to knowing about that and making a repair. And if you're still holding any of that tingling self energy, see if you can extend it to your parts. Again, it's a very healing energy. And it's possible to actually direct it to your parts or to other people. I often extend it to my clients when I'm working with them. And if you're able to do that extending of self energy, then just notice how your parts react to getting that energy from you. And then when all that feels complete, thank your parts again for whatever they let you do here and begin to shift your focus back outside. But even as you do that, see if you might be able to hold some of this self energy or the self state, even as you open your eyes and come back.